Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Hello everyone, welcome to my once a year stream, it feels like. I am going to be going over a game with some dark things, like the intro scene said. but it is absolutely one of my favorite games of all time. It is very deep. It is very involved. Hello, Hitoshi. That's nice for you to come. You came from Kiko's stream, right? Oh, it's nice to see you. But this game is sort of a choose-your-own-adventure game. With a very, very sort of unusual twist. You are here to slay the princess. You are not here to save the princess. And that may or may not be a good or a bad thing. Hi, Kuma! So, I have played this game quite a bit. And I have watched this game more than I have played it. So, I basically know most of the routes. There are, at bare minimum, 131 endings. I have gone through 77 of them. So there's still a lot more to explore. But tonight, I am going to be going through some of my favorites. And I hope everyone else enjoys, or is provoked into thought, or is horrified and runs away. As me and the princess engage in, I think as Cypher said, love at the end of a knife. Without further ado-s, I'm going to jump into the very first part of a new game and immediately go into my very favorite route. If I don't mess it up, because there's a lot of variations. Kiko! Kiko, hello! Don't you have a stream? Aren't you gonna be fighting Nergigante?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, yeah, you asked me to tag you. That's why I tagged you. End of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Oh, it's so nice of you to stop by. But you do need to get to the Nergigante slaying. It's very important to hunt. As you might notice, my avatar is a hunter. I'm very dedicated to the hunt. But how can a princess locked away in a basement in the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Aw, thank you, Kiko. It's a pretty old one, to be honest. This is like from 4 years ago? Maybe 5? And she still works pretty well. She has lost a bit of color over time, though. I used to have orange hair.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Oh, you've never gotten to see a full run-through, Hitoshi? Well, hopefully you can stay the whole time. It'll probably take about 5-ish hours. That seems to be about the average for a full run.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Listen, I have known several very nice princesses that do very productive stuff. Okay, well, 2. I've known 2 that do very productive stuff. Look, I'll go to the cabin, and I'll talk to her. If she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
That's right, voice of the hero. We're not supposed to slay princesses. We are valiant. We are dashing.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, that's rude. Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I really think we're supposed to be a valiant hero. We should have a little bit more than a dagger. If we're supposed to be slaying a monster that can end the world. This seems all very suspect to me.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm not doing it. I'm not taking it. I don't believe this guy. Princesses are there for saving. Princesses are not there for slaying. I know the name of the game. I know if it's doom, you have to doom. But I'm not gonna slay the princess. Not this time. No. I think we need to listen to her.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very convincing to me. I don't think I believe that.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
I've done so many routes and it still hits me every time.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah, can we at least send the princess to a castle? Because this is definitely no castle.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Archie, hello! Thank you for stopping by. I know it's like really weird hours for you right now, too. Hi, just checking into you. I'm here to save you. Lie, I'm here to save you. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you? No, I am here to save the princess. I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
I think at least 3 or 4 more times.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Okay, so appearances can be deceiving. Let's not fully drop our guard yet.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Okay, I know we're here to save her, but we gotta be careful. Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Oh, look at those doe eyes. What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird.
Okay, that is a little strange.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Let's look at all these options. So there's 2 different ways of examining the chains here. And one of the most interesting things that I really love about this game is it's not just wording. Depending on the way that you approach it, even if you take the same action, it can have different results. But what I really want to know, I'm the first person you've seen in a while. What have you been eating? Or drinking? Or bathing? Or
I
going
don't
to
see
the
what
bathroom?
that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
I think it kind of is.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Apparently not. Ooh, that gives up the goat, doesn't it? This one seems a little bit... What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
You know, that's pretty fair. That is some mad truth. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Wish we knew what the reason was.
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
So we're kind of running out of things that we can ask her. So I think this is the last one. Now let's just have the honest conversation. I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. Oh, she didn't even say anything. Oh, this is an awkward one. But I don't actually think you're dangerous. But I want to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe. I'm starting to think it's true. There's something that just doesn't feel right about you. I think this one makes the most sense. But I wanted to see you for myself.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
Oh, that's an unsettling response.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
You know, that's a solid point. No. Which is why I don't think you're actually dangerous.
Sooner or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
Hello, Enzus. Yes, this is my favorite game of 2024. I absolutely adore this game. From the music, to the voice acting, to the art. It's just fantastic.
Thank you for believing me. Now, can you help me get out of here?
I don't think I actually do have any more questions. Was there anything left?
There's going to be plenty of time to chat after I'm free, but okay. What do you want to know?
kill you, but I can't just set you free. I'm gonna keep you locked down here. I'm sorry I can't trust you. Okay. I'm going to get you out of here. Don't make me regret this.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
I'm not sure which voice I trust.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No! There's no keyhole in those chains. They're bolted to your arm.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free?
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
Well, yeah, of course you're gonna be here. What are you gonna do, leave?
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the
Beep,
door, but it's locked from the outside.
Listen, I've lost a lot of weight, but I still got some meat on my bones. I can break that door down. Hey, let me out of here!
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Oh, that's just rude.
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
I guess I return to the bottom of the stairs. That's the only option I have.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
I don't know. I think this game's rigged.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, I hope I can get your superpowers of not needing to eat or drink anything, because I think I'm in trouble.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
What happened to the music? Where did the music go?
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Oh, that's where the music went. The music went bye-bye because it was scared.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
I have second opinions on saving the princess now.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I guess I'm gonna save the princess!
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
So check out one of these things. Look at my cursor now. Since I've picked up the blade, and I've cut into someone, I now have a bloody blade as my cursor.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Yeah, that's probably not the best.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
Don't think it bothered her that much.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Alright, let's approach
No,
the locked
You
door.
won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
I don't think I like having a narrator. Where did my agency go?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
I think it wants me to slay the princess. Oh, my arm. Oh, don't worry about that. My arm's fine. My arm always looks like that. See, wait, look. Let me get it. So look, I think I got little scalities on my arms all the time. That's perfectly normal. There's absolutely nothing wrong with my arm, and you should not be concerned with that in the slightest. It's perfectly fine. Nothing is ruined. Definitely not a giant bird monster. So I do have an option here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7. We have 17 slay the princess. And we have 1 warn the princess. Now, if I was a Benton hunter, I think we're supposed to slay her. But I'm gonna warn her. Now, she hasn't done anything. I mean, she did try and eat her own arm off, so that is slightly concerning. But the rest of it, she's been pretty kind of normal-ish. Sort of.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I'm not exactly sure I have a choice in the matter, ma'am.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
You know, I don't think I can fix her. I don't think I can fix the crazy lady willing to eat her own arm off. That doesn't need food or water. And has no name. I don't think I can trust her. It is the name of the game. Oh yeah, but look at those eyes. Oh, can I really go through with this? Can I do it? Alright. I'm sorry, Princess. It's the name of the game.
Thank you.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there?
Oh, that's also unsettling.
A betrayal of Will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
Okay, I probably should have been slaying her this whole time. That's very concerning.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm.
Oh, God. It's not good.
But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease.
Yeah, I may have gone about this the wrong way.
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2.
You're on a
The
path
Witch.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You know what? I like this one. Okay. No.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
I need to grab my... I have a boba tea. I left it on the other table. Give me a second. Be right back. Come forth, my tea. I returned with tea. I returned with tea in a very wobbly chair. Give me a second. Let me realign. It is just a regular milk tea. Nothing special. Sometimes the classics are best. But it is boba with the full tapioca balls. So it's not the popping boba. It is the tapioca boba. And it's very delicious. It's from a little family-owned place. It's 2 minutes from my house. We stopped by there after we had a Korean barbecue for dinner for my birthday. Alright, back to the princess slaying. Don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. I don't know if that's a mere princess. The lady bit her arm off and then killed me. With, like, her bare hands and teeth.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
I got a new little voice in my head.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
What do you mean secrets? We're not keeping secrets. We're just chatting over here.
Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Hey, is that true though? I mean, technically we did try and stab her first. And it wasn't our choice, but we still did try and stab her first. Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother to do anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
No, I'm pretty sure what killed me was the fact that I did listen to you. Because I think if I hadn't listened to you, she wouldn't have ripped my throat out.
We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options. I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did. So great, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Well, they had at least one consequence.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Did you forget about the point where we lost our throat to teeth and claw? That sounds pretty consequenceful.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
The heat death of the universe. Eventually. And then we had a whole new Big Bang, and that's why I'm back here.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
That seems like a pretty big job. I'm pretty sure heat death of the universe would do that before a single princess.
That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we?
I mean, compared to the heat death of the universe, stuck in a cycle forever.
You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you?
Yeah, I think that's a bit much. A bit much.
Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world.
Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Rude. She killed me by ripping me to pieces. Don't get me wrong, I hated it, but how can someone like that end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Now I don't know if I trust him less or the princess less. This guy does not give details. Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Alright. I don't like that. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this all falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Because you told me that I was here, and I apparently have no control over my actions.
Good point. That really explains almost everything.
I'm hoping that's sarcasm.
I'm not so sure about that. You know, you're right, but it explains almost everything.
You're being very cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Well, I'm not sure if I believe that either.
If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us.
Nope.
I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
Nope. Anyone who says that I have to hide the truth from you for your own good is probably not doing it for your own good, but doing it for their own good. I don't trust any of this.
I don't think either of you really need to press the man on this. He wants us to slay the princess, so why would he have anything to hide? He seems like a nice guy to me.
What?
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but you should really stop wasting time chatting amongst yourselves in the woods. So if we could move this along?
Fine. That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Yeah, you said all that last time.
Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted
And
roots.
that's
The walls
not
a
the
chaotic
same.
weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Still, can we get, like, a sword? Or an axe? Or, like, a Glock? That seems good. We'd have the range advantage. I'd take a crossbow, to be honest.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hey, can I just use my bowgun? It's right here. I could bust it out. We could use my bowgun. I'm pretty sure that could take out a princess. This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
I'm pretty sure neither of those statements are true. I remember a lot of the throat ripping.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Hey. Y'all are seeing the mirror too, right?
There's definitely a mirror. But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right?
Trust my eyes. Why would he lie about there not being a mirror? What's the point?
Come on now. He's pretty much in charge here. When have authority figures ever lied about anything?
All the time.
If there were a mirror in this cabin and we were supposed to look at it, he would have told us about it.
I don't think I like this new voice.
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
I'm gonna check this out.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What about the mirror?
This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub
Oh.
your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Goodbye, mirror?
Well, at least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone.
I really don't like this guy. You know what? Blade seems important. I'm gonna take the blade.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Yeah, but seriously, can I get a better weapon?
Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
Okay, that's the first smart thing you've said all night.
That's not actually a bad idea.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
I missed the stairs.
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
You absolutely bit last time, and now you sound at least 3 times as scary. Can I have the old nice one back? How do I get the nice one back? I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
Maybe I can fix this one.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Ah, crap.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Okay, it's a level of motivation on how much you can fix someone. I'm kind of into what she's putting down.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
I think it's the latter.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps.
Yeah, she has a
entering
tail.
the dark room below.
Oh, and Kiko, I absolutely am going for who you think I am. I did say this was my favorite routes.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
Cursor does have a knife in it.
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning.
Don't worry about the tail or the talons. She's still just a perfectly normal princess. Nothing wrong. Definitely not going to kill us.
Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine.
Oh, it is certainly going to be a ride.
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Listen, there's a lot of voices going on inside my head right now. We gotta get our story straight before we talk with you. Sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? Don't worry, the blade isn't for killing. Isn't for you, or not for killing. We have to get you out somehow. I get the sense that you're not happy with me. Yeah, that... I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? Well, maybe not that last part. Maybe that last part's not the best saying. Can I edit this? Can I get rid of that last sentence? I don't think she's gonna be very happy if I say that. I'm sorry about last time.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
Okay. Hitoshi, you might be right. I might not be able to fix this one either.
If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
I don't know if letting the cat girl monster free is a good idea. Can't you get out of those chains on your own? Those chains didn't stop you last time. She ate her arm off last time.
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Oh, that's not good. That's really not good.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Look at her smug little face.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. I give her the blade.
You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I. I abstain?
That's a coward's choice.
You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine. And she didn't need it to break out. She didn't need it to kill us last time. We're just saying like, hey, we're not fighting this time. That's all. This isn't a democracy. We're giving her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet.
I don't like that the music went away again. Can I have the spooky music back? I like the spooky music more than the no music.
She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
We're building trust. I might have gotten a little stabby last time.
She creeps forward. taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
Oh. Oh, wow. So I'm sorry. We can be better. Bust out the Riz. That's always an option, right? Just give in. Refuse to do anything. I don't... I think one of these two. We're both scared and we're both hurting, or you're beautiful. I don't know, what you guys think? Sympathize with the princess, or Riz the princess? Riz is always nice. People do like compliments. And I really don't know about the first part of it, but I actually want to save you. And this feels like the only way to do it.
She pulls back, clearly caught off guard by whatever nonsense you just
Oh,
said
look,
to her.
she's blushing! Aww! Look at that little rosy red in her cheeks.
I thought it was nice. Whether it's nice depends on if we meant it. We didn't mean it. Did we?
If it works, then we meant it.
If you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't lying.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of game are you playing?
The look of surprise that momentarily softened her features vanishes as she steals her nerves. And then she buries the blade in your heart.
Well... Listen, I know it was like a B-level line, but I don't think I deserved a shanking for it.
What? No. No, come on, that's not right.
Ow.
I told you. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it! I got you! You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3. The Thorn.
You're on a path in the woods. I can't believe she actually stabbed us. I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it. Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument.
Oh, okay, opportunist. You're not making any friends here, talking like that. No one likes an I told you so.
Oh, you're far from being on the right side of anything. You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future.
Oh, we got the voice of the Rizzler.
ho, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more.
Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper.
I like journeys. Travelling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to?
Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love.
Nope, it's not the voice of the Rizzler. It's the voice of the simp.
She hates us.
Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death.
I don't know if that's a good judge of how much someone likes you.
Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. So maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right?
Yeah, Kama, this game is absolutely fantastic. And that chapter alone has so many variations on how it can go. It's just chef's kiss.
It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom.
Yeah, you either love Smitten, or you hate Smitten, or you both love and hate Smitten. There is no neutral ground. There are only strong opinions.
Oh, are you now? Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually.
We died twice.
Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
This place is different. It keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
I don't know. It's pretty hard. She ripped my throat out, then she stabbed me in the heart. Also, she had a tail? And I'm pretty sure she sniffed me? I don't know how I feel about that.
You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty. Except for thoughts of her.
Oh. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point.
Cabin's certainly looking different. Cabin ain't looking the same.
I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one, too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. but beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
That's a lot of flowers.
The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Pretty sure we gave her our pristine blade.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she?
I don't know.
Well, it's not here. And if she has it...
Okay, like I said, this is why you should let me use my bowgun.
Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do.
I have a weapon. I have a big weapon.
I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers.
Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side.
How do we even get down there? The only thing I see is that mirror.
You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go. But there isn't a mirror.
Oh, this again.
I still don't get his angle here.
Either way, I say we take a look. It feels like it's been forever since we've actually seen ourselves. For all we know, our feathers are all out of place, and that's why we haven't yet won her heart. We must put our best face forward.
Yeah, once again, totally normal. Definitely not a giant bird monster.
Yeah, we can't go around looking disheveled. A real go-getter takes care of his appearance. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned-out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it?
No, because there's a giant mirror in the way. Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent.
You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and behold our handsome features.
Oh, our handsome features.
It went away when we touched it last time.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough.
Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are.
Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
And hopefully, a blade. Enter the basement.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But
That's not the button I meant to press. There's no need to worry about thinking about the way back up. that's a matter for after the world's been saved.
These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help.
Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
Oh, that's a very disappointing and sad way to describe a voice.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back.
Oh, she sounds so very defeated.
I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I just want to talk. Really talk.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation.
Hello, princess.
At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you, if you let me.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm as trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Yeah. This top option here, is there nothing I can say to change your mind? Is the most useless, empty sounding thing possible. Because this just wants a result. This doesn't care about the other person. It doesn't want to know their mind. This is just, how do I get my way? I'd much rather be something direct. Can I take the blade now?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
Why can you still be so mean at this point? Ugh. Gonna reach for the blade. But I asked permission first. I asked for consent. Consent is very important.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
It's just some scratches. That's nothing.
She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter?
Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. Like we're special to her.
We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed.
Or, hear me out,
We slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance.
Opportunist, you can go straight to the ninth circle of hell.
That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
Narrator, you can join him.
I see that the lines have been drawn.
It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count.
Yeah!
And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
I'm sorry, that final option. I just wanted my blade back. Deuces. No. We're cutting her free. We're gonna end the bad blood.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free.
You were just on the other side.
Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess.
Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion.
That's right. What he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her.
I don't believe you for a second. You're gonna swap sides again. You're Italy.
And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys.
You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you?
Nope.
Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade.
Nope.
Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip.
You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody.
Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
Yeah, of course you have.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
Well, that's rude.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends.
I have to agree with the Smitten.
Can we actually do that?
Oh, the music went away again.
No, you can't. Absolutely not.
You know as well as I do that we can. And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we?
Okay, you're coming back around, Opportunist. Yeah, you got 1 point back. You're still in the hole, but you're coming back around.
If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge.
Well, are you going to describe our steamy, romantic kiss?
You lean in and you kiss her.
And?
And
She reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. It's done. Are you happy now?
Come on now, this is the big moment! You can do better than that.
Eh?
Ugh, fine.
You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion. Are you making fun of us? And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection. Please. I think he actually likes romance. If history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write era-defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now. He's making fun of us.
It doesn't matter either way because this is good stuff.
Good stuff.
I'm aware of my skills. But unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last forever. You open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you. Time for you to damn the whole world to oblivion, I suppose.
I don't know. I think it might be worth damning a world to oblivion for that smile.
That was nice.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
Boo words!
Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade.
We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
I agree. Uh-oh. I think I got infected. Step into the thorns.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving.
I'm with you, Smitten.
We'll weave something new together. Something better.
Yeah! True love.
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
Yeah, no one going back.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Step into your freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now? Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
You do not have the opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went. I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
Does this mean we won?
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
I can't believe she was taken away from us.
The nerve.
The narrator is gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended?
We're top of the pecking order now. Right, boys? A villain vanquished.
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it.
I don't think you should. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right? If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights? What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
You know what? I spent all that time freeing her. Let her out of there!
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess? Or just making her a part of you?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Do you know about the worlds that are beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Okay. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Ugh. Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Alright, I've been streaming for almost 2 hours now. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, stretch my legs, use the restroom, refill my drink. So I'm gonna put up a little bit of a BRB here. And I'll be back in like 5 minutes to get back to more most likely being slayed by the princess as opposed to slaying the princess. That seems to be what's happening for the most part. So I will be back soon. Thank you everyone who's joined so far. Thank you for all the people in chat. I hope you're enjoying this. If this is your first time seeing Slay the Princess. Like I said, there's like 131 routes or something in this game that you can take. And that was 2 out of all of them. So I'll see you guys here in a little bit. there's my face. Is my voice there too? Yeah, I'm back, baby. Let me run through and check my messages here really quickly in case someone sent me a demon or something. It's been quite fun. Hitoshi, if you're still here. Was this anything like what you expected this game to be? Alright. So we now know that it's bigger than just the princess. We have something else to deal with. We have something bigger sitting behind all of this. Bigger than even the narrator. We're ourselves. We're the princess. And it has a bunch of arms. I'm glad you like it. It's a very unique game. I really enjoy it. So, we are once again on a path in the woods.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Note: you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or R1 on your controller. So this is the game basically hinting you in on a lot of the stuff that you've seen before is just going to be the same. So focus on new things, and you can sort of ignore the old stuff. So the cycles get faster after the first one. Hi, Kaiser! Are you here for some casual stabbings? You missed stabbing set number 1. We're on stabbing set number 2 now. Oh, and thank you for the happy birthday. You snuck in right under the wire. You had 2 minutes. So, we are going on. I did one of my personal favorites first. Now I'm going to another personal favorite. It's hard to pick between all the princesses. They're all lovely. Well, they're not all. Some of them are lovely. Some of them are very much not lovely. But, so we're going on to Route 2. So I'm gonna explore a couple other dialogue options just because I think they're funny. And remember, this is not all in character. Some of this is just for giggles. Sweet! I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution!
That's the spirit. You make
Oh,
your way up to
that
the shore
literally
of the cabin.
stops it?
You'll find the princess within.
I don't even have any other options. I guess it did say explore in front, that's fair.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Aw, Kaiser, are you leaving already? Come on, you gotta stay for at least one stabbing. Come on, just a tiny little stabbing. Please. Look at my sad face. Come on. Is he falling for it? I don't think he's falling for it. Okay. You can watch the VOD then, and if you don't watch the VOD, I'm just gonna sniffle at you until you do.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yay! Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
So as you guys kind of saw, this is reset now. We are back to chapter 1. Everything's back to normal. Nothing's... Well, I mean, things are a little bit weird, but things aren't more weird than normal.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
And so last time, we ignored the blade, because we tried to save the princess, and then did a very, very poor job of that. This time, let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I hate it every time the music goes away. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
That is not the same voice from before. She used to be pretty nice sounding. Don't sound so nice this time.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you?
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
She does not seem very plussed. She seems very nonplussed. The plussing is not correct.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
I mean, I am
There's
holding
a heavy
a
chain
dagger.
around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
I mean, given what we know now, probably. Possibly? I mean, all we know for real is that she can grow a tail.
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
I mean, that's not something you normally joke about. I keep going to that menu. No way! Why would you give that... I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Okay. If I drop the knife, I still have my bowgun, right? I can still use the bowgun? Okay, I'm willing to give up the knife as long as I can keep the bowgun.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare.
I might dare. Narrator, you and I do not get along.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Dang right, we're a hero.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the
With an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
There is a giant cannon I am carrying on my back. I'm pretty sure that is more effective than a blade.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
No? A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Oh. That's far less exciting. So these are very close, but it's two very different ways to approach the situation. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
She does not exactly look surprised by that information.
Is that why they threw me down here?
I really
don't
do
wanna
not like
hurt
that
anyone.
face.
I like the world. I think.
That is very concerning.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
You know? Deflect. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I am inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
Well, we've been through that before. I don't trust you at all.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Still have a few more questions before I decide what to do.
Fine. What do you want to know?
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
Alright, so before we asked her, it was Princess.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Well, that's different.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
And how long have you been down here?
Too long.
Okay, that's fair, but not specific.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
How would I get you out of here? As I noted the last time, there is no keyhole on those chains. They are bolted into place.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
I'm pretty sure she is.
She is. I'm sure of it.
I don't know if I agree with this, but it's my only option. Okay. We've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Yeah, and like I keep saying, there is no keyhole on those chains. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? But besides me cutting you out of here.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Chad, I don't think I can fix her.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance.
No, well, maybe. How long do you have before you can surgically reattach... You can't surgically reattach an arm? Maybe I can fix her? Maybe I can fix her post-defixing?
If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free.
That is actually a fair point.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
These are all the same things as before. Surgically reattaching an arm? Yes, that's a thing that you can do. You don't have very long. But you can reattach an arm and actually have the nerves rebond and have full function. Or at least, mostly full function. And it's never going to be exactly the same. But yeah, if we just, like, get the hand off and, like, put it on ice, get to a hospital real fast, maybe we can keep the arm.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
She looks real pissed off.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
I don't know if I like that more than what she did last time.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
You know what? We're gonna try for it again. We're gonna save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
This is another one of the lovely, well, maybe that's not the right word for it. It's one of the very dramatic things in this. Last time, she was trying to eat through her own arm. Last time, she had blood around her lips in this scene because she was trying to eat through her own arm. This time, she's not. Her lips are pristine.
You cut into her flesh.
Like the blade that we're currently using to chop her arm off. Oh.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
Oh, let's be honest, the princess is pretty hardcore, man.
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
I don't know, man. Either she doesn't feel pain. I mean, she apparently doesn't have to eat or drink or pee or anything. I don't know if pain is one of those things that she has.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
She's so nonchalant about it. Ugh. Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Now this again.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Nope. I'm warning her.
Stop that.
Nope.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
I resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
She is suddenly being a lot more reasonable.
I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Again, totally not a gigantic bird monster. I swear.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Well, she did make it quick.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end. isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Chapter 2.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Welcome aboard, voice of the skeptic.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
I think it would be scarier if she had a metal endoskeleton. I'm pretty sure it's just flesh and bone, and she's just really angry at stuff.
And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large?
We've explored most of these dialogue options already. I did that extra one just because I like it, because I think it's funny. We are going to proceed to the cabin. To Cabon.
A warning before you go any further.
She will lie, she will cheat, she will do everything in her
She
power.
will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat
Hello,
and
Derry.
more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars
technically no longer
barricade
my
the
birthday.
windows, reminding anyone who
At least in
enters
my time
that
zone.
this
But I
is
still have a
prison.
few more hours before Hawaii swaps over. Yes. Wink. I was working earlier. Things in the cabin are a little different this time.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It's nice of you to stop by. Are you a fan of the game or just browsing random stuff? I'm just gonna enter the basement.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a
Excuse
dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
Are you sure? What if she, I don't know, turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner.
Yes, I'm sure.
Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay. I'm trusting you.
Hey, don't I get a say here? It's a big idea!
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Okay.
Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the blade
Princess
from the
with
table,
glasses.
proceeding to the basement.
I'm pretty sure there's fan art of that out there somewhere.
Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it.
No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
I think they took a couple additional safety measures to prevent princess escapees. They upgraded the security system slightly.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Listen, we're not gonna... The voice of the skeptic made me take this down here. I'm not gonna... Probably not gonna... Hey, there might be some minor stabbing, but not necessarily. I'm gonna sit with her. She's been pretty reasonable so far. I mean, all she did was when we tried to kill her, she just, like, super quickly offed us in self-defense. And that's basically not her fault, right?
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Oh, I have to pop my neck. Give me a second. Oh, just looking at that heavy collar around her neck makes mine hurt. Oh. Can you imagine the kind of, like, horrible neck pain you'd have from something like that? Oh.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
I'm just gonna sit where I'm told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I'm pretty sure I can't cut you out this time. What happened after I died last time? That's a pretty good question.
Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in.
I don't know if she does sleep. And she apparently doesn't eat. Doesn't drink. Why would she need to sleep?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
That doesn't sound good.
A contingency for what?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even.
See, once again, I never believe anyone who says you should have less information. I think people warning you that you're not going to like that information, that's perfectly fine. Or saying that after you learn this, you're going to be in a lot of pain. Sure, that's understandable. But anyone who just says flat out, the less information you have, the better, I can't get on board with that.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
Yeah, good point. Voice of the skeptic, spitting truth.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much.
I almost dropped my boba tea.
Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Oh yeah, this must be annoying for her. Just sitting here talking in our own head for like 5 minutes, staring blankly. You were asking about my intentions. What did you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here?
Oh, I tend to use, pronouns-wise, whatever I'm representing as, like on a stream. If I have a female character up, I tend to use she, her. If I have a male character up, I tend to use he, him. Otherwise, they, them. He, ho. It doesn't really matter that much to me as long as people are speaking with respect. You can sort of call me whatever.
There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Hi, Deathmatch. I'm happy you got to make it. This is a little weird time for you to be watching a stream, but thank you. And yes, the princess does have a lovely voice. All of her voices are lovely. Okay, maybe not all of them. There's a couple that are. Most of them are.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
I don't think so either. How am I supposed to cut you out? Didn't notice your head is in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Eco's never gonna sing Unholy. I'll sing Unholy before Eco does.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
That other chain on the wall. What is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I don't like that face. I don't like that face at all.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Alright. I thought I knew what I wanted to do with this, but I'm gonna have to get a coin. I'm getting a coin. I have a choice to make. Alright. Heads or tails? Okay. Oh, gosh. I don't know if I have enough time for that one. I'm already running over time. Okay. I'm trusting you.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Oh, Rory tried to take over my body.
I forgot about that. Angry grumbling.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No.
Look away, look away, look away,
You
look away.
close your eyes. That doesn't stop you from hearing every grisly detail. The splitting of skin, the wet mulching of severed veins, the grinding of metal against bone. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
We don't know that she's dead yet. We're not even watching it happen. She could just be faking those sounds.
Ow!
And then, finally, you hear a snap and an uneasy silence. There is a slow and fleshy tear. Hard to fake that. This is worse than watching.
And yet our eyes are still closed.
Finally, there's the soft thud of something roughly head-sized bouncing against the floor, and the clattering of chains as they drop along with it. I think you can open your eyes now. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
Chat. I think I can fix her. At least 15% sure I can fix her.
The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
Oh, my teeth are gritted.
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
I'm gonna take her with me. We're in this together, princess.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead.
But what if she's not?
Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
I don't feel very good about this reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
There's my princess.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already...
Over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns. Which, well, I absolutely adore that ending. That's not the one that I want for my playthrough, so I'm gonna load. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna save scum. Inspect the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
Yeah, so this is an example of how even within a single chapter things can go
Or if
very
he's telling
different.
the truth.
He isn't.
I am.
Inspect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
Like I said, we're in this together, princess.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Did you know this was gonna happen to me?
No.
So, we're both stuck here.
Yep.
What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude. You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there.
Yeah, she's not very active in this whole ending the world thing.
Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
But
Your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time, and after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
if time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
Oh, hydration check? Good
Suppose
call.
you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
Hey, you notice the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happens to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
A princess doesn't need food. Why should we need food?
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass.
And passe?
Until suddenly, there are no walls. And then... And?
I think he's gone.
It's the outside.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
I'm sorry, Princess. But you do not get the chance to respond. Nor will you ever. It is time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. You've been here before. And you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
Feels too good to be true.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Hello, Cyber Mermaid. when I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is determined, but also cautious. One that would rather let the world move around her than move it herself. She will make for a patient heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Oh, yes. Yes, I have played this game quite a bit. This is my game of the year from 2024. I'm just going over some of my favorites and sharing the game with some people that may have never gotten a chance to see it before. So, you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark. And you die. Chapter 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so this is cycle 3. We've been through a lot of this stuff, so I'm going to skip through a lot of this and just silently continue on to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path. We're not going to
Yes, I'll
ignore
find the
him.
cabin. There's a princess inside it. Inside the cabin is a table with a
Use
blade.
the blade.
I take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Possibly.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
She has a good point. Once again, can I please just use my bow gun? Could I have been given a crossbow? Can I tape the knife to a stick and make a spear?
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
I'm sorry. Can we just talk?
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk.
It doesn't seem like the best idea. But I do like talking.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
I could have just set it down. Why did I have to drop it like that?
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, we'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Do you?
You're apparently going to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster?
Well, to be honest with you, kind of proving that you are.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I'm gonna remain silent.
They haven't told you anything, have they? At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
That is technically true.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
Good point. So I shouldn't believe you.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
I don't know about subjugating. She seems to be pretty subjugated herself. Okay. We've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Slay the princess.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle. She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down.
Ow!
As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do?
No.
Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Listen, if they just let me use a ranged weapon, this would have ended very differently.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Gosh darn it.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that
Oh.
path is a
Yep.
cabin. And in the
I
basement of
always
that
get those
cabin
two mixed up.
is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I am a ranger in Monster Hunter. Heavy bowgun is generally my first choice, then light bowgun, then bow. Also, occasionally I use charge blade, but mostly it's heavy bowgun. She's gonna kill me again!
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her, but slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
Oh, excuse me. I'm getting a little sleepy. I might have to stop after this round.
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter.
What about a gold platter? Or titanium? Are there other types of platters other than silver? And silver tarnishes pretty bad, pretty fast.
Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please, try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
Proceed to the cabin.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
Yeah. I think this is... It's in the bottom two voices for me. I'm not a big fan of Voice of the Broken. I don't know if I dislike that one more or Voice of the Cold.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Thank you for stopping by, Kiko. I'm probably gonna be ending up here pretty shortly anyways. I'll let you know when I do the follow-up. Take the
blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I kind of like... Voice of the Paranoid is pretty cool. Voice of the Stubborn, also pretty neat. I like those two. Voice of the Fried Chicken's probably my favorite, but that's not in this game.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
These are some really big steps.
This is actually
kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Yeah. Not very convincing.
Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
I thank you very much for stopping by, Hitoshi. Hopefully you'll come for the follow-up. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or possibly on Monday? I'm not really sure. But I'm thinking I'm going to be streaming a lot more regularly this year. Because I've had a lot of fun doing this. Especially with all the people in chat who are new that I've gotten to meet over the past year from interacting in other places. Normally used to be a Twitch person, now I'm doing the YouTube. So, it's been an adjustment, but it's been really fun as well.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Yeah, I'll be, if I plan on doing the stream, I will put up a thumbnail and a schedule for it. It's just easier that way, and it holds me responsible. Continue down the stairs.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
Oh, why did I move? The scheduling thing is the big one. Being able to put up your stream in advance is really nice for making sure that people know when things are happening. And it can be a lot harder on Twitch. You have to have a lot more active communication with your audience. You gotta do a lot of stuff on Twitter or Blue Sky, or just keep a really, really consistent schedule on Twitch. And even then, you sort of gotta, like, idle for 15 minutes before you get going, just to let people trickle in, because it's kind of hard to get notifications for when people are live. So, for the size that I am, and how infrequently I stream, it's just nicer to do YouTube, in my opinion, because it's easier to communicate with the people who want to watch me. So that's why I swapped over. This would mark my 7-year anniversary with being able to to make money off of Twitch. But as hokey as it does sound, I do this for fun, not for expecting any sort of profit for it. And so just doing whatever's easier. And that's sort of how I decided to switch over.
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
She is very big. And very step-on-me-able.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
I tighten my grip You will not conquer me!
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor.
Wait, that's not what I did.
But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
I think she can fix us, chat. I think this time she's fixing us.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel. Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
I don't think we're the ones in control this time.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she?
Yeah. She's gonna take over the world. I don't know about fully destroy it.
Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. The fashion model. You got a good figure for it. You're very tall. Pretty slender. The hair's incredible. Eyes kind of creepy, but you know, there are contacts.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
I'm not really a fan of that. I'm not gonna help you in the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do that.
I say,
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters.
Uh-oh. The music went away again. I don't like it when the music goes away.
Pick up that needle.
Uh-oh.
Do it. It's what she wants.
No objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Oh, no, those are options I don't have. I cannot pick these.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad.
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
Well... I mean... I guess I end this.
Oh, we'll end this all right.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Oh, I don't remember how this goes.
No, you can't just slay yourself. You're perfectly healthy and capable, and all you have to do is ignore her and do what has to be done. The blade and the hand that wields it remain firmly locked in place until you change your mind and decide to do literally anything else.
Look at you quaking against my will. An ant defying a god. It's pointless to resist. In the end, everything submits to oblivion. But you're not the one resisting me, are you? There's something else in there. Is that a person? No. It used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you?
That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
Narrator, I think you're in trouble.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
You bring the blade to your neck. You slice through soft flesh, severing veins and arteries, your blood flowing freely down your body. It's a painful lesson in obedience, but the pain won't last forever.
Yeah, buddy, you're gone.
No.
When I see you again, you'll free me from my chains and deliver me to the destiny that lies beyond this place.
We will. I promise.
I know you will.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path...
Oh, let me guess. And at the end of the path is a cabin.
Excuse me?
Come on, man. We can see it right in front of us. And besides, we've been here like, what, 5 times already?
Oh, not that many.
I think this is 3. Who cares? The woods are always the worst part anyway.
Nothing ever happens in them.
I care. Every single time you've been here, it means an entire other reality has been damned to oblivion. One reality is already an incalculable loss. And there is a massive difference between 3 and 5.
Feels like the numbers getting thrown around here are too big not to be abstract.
Numbers like 5.
5's a pretty big number. That's as many fingers as I have. Well, that's more fingers than I have on one hand, because technically you only have 4.
Numbers like entire realities. At the end of the day, it's all just silly, isn't it? None of us can count to a whole reality, and he's asking us to think about the difference between 3 and 5.
You're already starting to lose the thread. Just because you can't personally sum up the contents of an entire reality doesn't mean that the people inhabiting it don't contain moral value. If you have any sense of ethics left in there, if you have any moral compass, please, you have to stop her. Don't you get it? Might makes right, and she didn't even have to touch us last time to prove her power.
So what? Just because she made us kill ourselves, we're supposed to submit to her authority without question?
I don't know, that's a pretty good reason to submit to authority.
I knew when to surrender to our better. You would have lost eventually anyway, and it would only have made her angry. It would only have made things worse for all of us.
Oh, for the love of... Can you all please just get on with it? You're not making this any easier for yourselves.
Do we even have agency right now? We either do what she wants, or we do what he wants. Either way, we're listening to somebody. Please, nothing in life is a binary. Obviously, we find a third choice that nobody wants.
You all talk about choices and freedom, but there is no choice when it comes to the will of a god.
I'm going to cut you off right there. She is not a god, and the more times you fail, the harder it becomes for you to succeed. But the fact that you're still here means you still have a chance to pull this off. So, Princess, Dangerous, Cabin, Slay, now.
This is really breaking the game down to its basics. Princess, Danger, Slay. I'm gonna head to the cabin.
But a great and horrible change is already underway. The ground quakes beneath your feet, and you feel an unyielding force pulling at you and your surroundings. The trees start to sway, then crumble, breaking apart as everything is drawn towards the cabin.
I think the only thing worse than music going away is music go away, and then the shaky earthquake noises. That's pretty bad. I think that escalated the level up.
Even the earth beneath you seems to shift, your feet unable to grip solid ground as you're dragged forward along with everything else.
The end of everything. The beginning of something new. The moment we open that door, she will be free.
Any, words of warning? You already know everything you need to know.
Proceed to the cabin.
As you step forward, the cabin explodes. You're flung backwards, violently slammed into a tree as debris rains down around you. watch in paralyzed awe and terror as the princess emerges, her body unfurling from some vast space as she stands upright to face you.
I don't think she needs our help to get out of the cabin this time, guys. I think she might got this on her own.
The world bows to her. The ruined landscape shifts, trees and stone and the ground itself succumbing to her gravity, orbiting her like a great black hole.
Finally, the little bird has set me free. This is always how it was going to end. And this is always how it was going to begin.
There's a loud thunk from the tree behind you as something embeds in its shattered bark. Your pristine blade. It's now or never.
You know what? I don't think the blade can do much. I embrace my new goddess!
Alright, it's fighting him, it is. You don't know what you're doing. That's half the fun.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter if we know what we're doing or not. I think she's won this one. I think we're chalking this up to an L in the hero column and a big, massive, world-shattering W for the princess. I think the princess got us. These guys gave it 110%. Really had a lot of hustle in there, but I think she's a bit more on her game tonight.
Fill the empty seat by my side. Join me for a new dawn.
You fool. You can feel the pull of her gravity catch you, carrying you from the ground into the violent swirl of her orbit.
Come to me.
Her words are like a gentle tug, drawing you closer to the mountain of her body. You land softly on her shoulder. Her skin is warm and comforting. This really is the end.
Oh, he got snuffed out. Goodbye, narrator.
Is it the end? We're still here.
The night sky unweaves into a textured nothingness. He does not respond.
Everything is gone. Us and her. This is her power. This is where we're meant to be.
Hello, Spooniverse. Yeah, you made it just at the very end. We're wrapping up this route, and then I'm gonna go to bed because it's almost 2 a.m. and I am falling asleep.
He's really gone. Huh, that's unexpected. But he would have said something by now if he were still here. Right? Yeah. Never knew when to shut up, that one. It's part of why I liked him so much. I can't believe all it took to make him disappear was saying no once.
Thank you for stopping by, Talia. I know it's super late for you, too.
What happens now?
This world is but an illusion, keeping us from my ascension. A play of shadows dancing on the wall. The flame may be snuffed, but the wall remains. This isn't just for my glory. You are a part of this now.
See? This is nice. We're safe. She's helping us. She's helping everyone.
Her grip tightens, and somehow you feel it. Pain sits at the limits of your comprehension, like an endless sea of hands falling on you, one after another, before finally collapsing in on themselves. You lose yourself in the darkness.
It will be over soon, little bird. Then your eyes will open, and all of this pain will seem but the fading memory of a distant dream.
Soon? Soon? Does that mean there's gonna be more?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that means.
My only comfort is that he isn't here to see us suffer. He would love that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would. The textured nothing is ripped open, and with it, you are ripped open. Amid a sea of disassociative pain, you can feel everything that is you pouring out into the ether. And you feel something else too. Anger. A need to lash out and hurt that which is hurting you.
Yes. Hurt her. Do something, anything, to make it stop.
No, if suffering is what she demands of us, suffering is what we'll give. Why would I doubt our God?
This is a lot of Stockholm Syndrome.
It is so tempting to see what's on the other side of that great big nothing, but I think I'm gonna lose myself if this goes on for much longer. Why do we have to be the ones going through all this pain while she gets all the benefits?
Blasphemer! We have been given the gift of offering ourselves to a higher purpose, and you spit in its face.
You continue to lose important pieces of yourself. The memories of entire lifetimes lived fade away into a space where your only recollection of them is that something used to be there. You die and are reborn, and die and are reborn, shrinking and shrinking again and again until there is no you left to die or shrink.
You've done so well, little bird. Behold the fruit of your anguish.
Eyes open. Are they yours? They don't feel like yours anymore. But there is no other word to describe what they belong to.
Where are we? Does it even matter? Here, there, it's all the same.
You're all starting to sound like me.
Your vision focuses, revealing what has been done. The world has opened up, and beyond is something beautiful.
Oh. What is that? I think I want to be there.
It's where we're supposed to be.
Can we come back if we go there? I don't want to go there if it means we can't come back.
The princess steps forward, bringing you both to the edge of this something beautiful. It is dizzyingly vast. But neither of you cross the threshold. There is a roaring like underground thunder. She she is stopped in place.
Were we supposed to stop? I don't think this is over.
After everything I cast aside on my path to ascension, what remnant of the old could possibly be left to defy me?
You look down. At the princess's feet rise a shifting mound. A mass of hands clambering over each other, crawling their way up her body. They start to pull. The mound becomes a sea, and the princess struggles to stay afloat, to keep the two of you close to the hole in the world and the light of the something beautiful beyond. But she is drowning. As the sea rises, she pulls you from her shoulder and holds you above the tide. You turn back to look at her.
We have to be able to do something to help her. This can't be how it ends. It can't. It can't. It can't. It can't.
I think this is the end. I can feel every part of me freezing over.
Hands reach over hands, pulling at her face, dragging her down into their frigid depths. She is tired, and life fades from her eyes.
You have been the only thing I've ever known to show me grace. I am sorry if I have not shown you the same.
The princess summons the last of her strength, her face a shield of purpose and determination. In her final act, she hurls you towards the hole in the world, towards the something beautiful beyond.
Fly, little bird.
No, no, I don't want to be somewhere she isn't. It would always be dark without her.
It's what she wants for us. But can we make it?
Of course we can. We can do whatever we want. And I believe in her.
But the hole seals before you can make it to the other side. There is a time to bask in what lies beyond. It is not now. As you turn to look back at her, you see that she is gone. It's time to leave. Memory returns. Though unfortunately, I don't think I have time to have that conversation after the edge of the mirror. It is 2 a.m. I am exhausted. We have been through nearly 3 routes. This is actually... That is a pathway for that vessel I have not seen before. That is a new one to me. I have seen 2 other paths for the apotheosis, but I have not seen this one. So that was very interesting, and I cannot wait to see what the entity has to say about this. But for tonight, I'm gonna say goodbye, Princess.
Is that a...
I need Sneepies. Yeah, I just got an achievement. So that proves that this is a new route that I have not done before. Thank you guys very much for coming to the birthday stream. Thank you for keeping Princess company. Thank you for mocking the narrator. I'm probably not gonna stream tomorrow. I have to do other stuff to make up for my birthday with my family. But I think I will probably schedule a stream for Monday evening. Because I really want to see what the rest of this is and finish up this route. I didn't think the voice acting and the jokes would take up as much time as it did tonight. But it was really fun. So thank you all for coming. Have a lovely evening. And sleep well. I'ma go nap. Alright, everyone.